channel, welcome back to Superhero Wednesday. I didn't know where I put my coffee for a sec then, but it's literally right there. Confusion, not back channel, welcome back to Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week we like to get damn right down and nerdy, talk Funkos, talk Lego, top 10 list, movies this, comic book this, and more specifically, we like to do comic book reviews. This week, we are going to do a spoiler-free review for Absolute Batman, one of the most fun, amazing, jaw-dropping, intense, hard-hitting comic book reads I have done in a little while. That's your review done and dusted, to be fair. It's amazing. Go buy it. Fucking phenomenal. You'll love it. Thanks for watching. Really, joke, pranked, camera there. There's obviously a camera here. Ashton Kutcher's going to walk in at any minute. Well, maybe not, because I don't know if Ashton Kutcher's did Diddler stuff, so maybe he's not going to walk in. Well, Johnny Knoxville, we'll get into it in a little bit more detail about this book because it was so good. Not too much detail. It has been out for a little while, and issue 2, I don't know about the time of recording, but the time this video goes out, issue 2 might be out. And I think as well, if I am correct, I'm sure this is set to only be a part 5. I'm sure I read. Yeah, I can show you this without spoiling too much. There you go. The Zoo, part 1 of 5, and I'll give you another good look at the cover without the camera reflecting and the light reflecting. How just look how roidy and jacked and crazy and scary. I mean, Batman's scary and jacked usually, but he's extra jacked and extra scary there. I love the bat symbol in this as well. It feels more like heavy metal and rock and roll and just gothic and crazy and just chunky like the big boys. Absolutely great cover. I won't go into go into massive detail about the Absolute Universe because I know that's what they're doing in a whole Absolute Universe. We can see the likes of Wonder Woman and stuff are having their own version and takes. I don't know if anybody else is set to, if there's a Flash one on the way, a Green Lantern, a Superman, I don't know. But I know they're doing like this little Absolute Universe, which I will get into with a couple of other books, but I had to get the Batman one straight away. And I will say as well, when you get to the end of this, there is a fucking phenomenal twist. One of the most simplest of twists you can do when you think about it after it's done. You go, oh yeah, we could have tried that. That's quite cool. But then when I read it, it blew my mind still. It was fucking phenomenal. I'll give you the quick rundown. Absolute Batman is, so we still know, it's still the same Batman that we know and love in terms of wanting to defend Gotham and fighting injustice and all that kind of stuff. And again, the appearance and the gimmick and the love/hate and scared of bats and whatnot. But there's different take. Bruce Wayne isn't this rich playboy billionaire guy. He's I don't want to say too much about family stuff. There is still a traumatic upbringing and whatnot. He's in a place where he's working like sort of regular day jobs and stuff, but he's still doing his stuff to become really smart in terms of detective and using fighting skills and all that kind of carrying that Batman does. So you take away arguably Batman's greatest power, which is his resources and his backing and stuff. And you see what he is at like a regular, so me, a regular Joe that works a regular job, just turns out to be Batman. How well would that work out? For me, not well, because I got titties like a woman and I get out of breath, climb upstairs. This particular Batman, can I show you any shots? Without spoiling, has quite a, maybe I can show you that without showing other stuff. Just look at that. Look how fucking scary and demonic and, oh my God, badass is that. He's, for what you can see here, you can't tell just by the cover image, but there's parts here that he uses as weapons, which is just, okay, well, this is where we're going. I don't want to say he's more violent because we've seen some extremely violent versions of Batman, but it's definitely now already in the conversation being one of the most violent Batmans we've seen, one of the most aggressive and angry. One of a more rule-bendy kind of Batman. Batman doesn't necessarily stick to the rules because obviously he's a vigilante, but he does have a main code. Certain parts of the code will be broken with this Batman. I don't know as well if you saw the images from, was it New York Comic Con, and they showed this Batman's Batmobile. Because what the fuck? He's got basically a moving city. What was that freaking film with all the cities move, like London and shit? It just gives me that vibes. It's not that big, but it gives me that vibes. It's fucking monumentally huge. We have a favourite relationship in the world of Batman between Alfred and Bruce and the battle, whichever way you want to call it. That relationship is still somewhat there, but it's not what we know it as. It's not this familiar, you know, oh, Alfred, you know, Bruce, I love you, I'm going to look after you. It's a weird, you'll get into that and you'll see it. If nobody's going to read this and nobody's going to buy it in a couple of weeks, I can maybe break it down a bit more in a spoiler heavy review. But I want you guys to get there through yourselves, because there's so many bits where, like I said, where your jaw's dropping, like, what the fuck? Okay, this is out. Okay, hang on a sec. This is what is happening. What are you doing? And I just want you to get there because it was so awesome as well. With a lot of comic books, anyway, we have some great art. But this is like some fucking, without spoiling again too much, some just beautiful imagery you'll get inside of this. Is there any jaw dropping stuff I can show you without spoiling it too much? Gordon's as well still in this, but Gordon's the mayor. That's a soft spoiler. I guess we can do that. We have... I don't know what I can show without spoiler. I'll go soft spoiler. There is a confrontation between Bruce and this particular version of Alfred, which just plays out absolutely phenomenal, with Alfred sort of talking about positioning this and moving your footwork. You're obviously an MMA fighter and stuff, and he's got these weapons and all that kind of shit, and he's like, you step out of my way, because Alfred's there to actually do a job and do a task. He's working for a certain somebody or a certain place. Fuck it, I'm not going to give you the final shot. We get sort of images. This is like a brief little scuffle. You'll see stuff happening there. Again, that's all I'm going to show you. That's all I'm going to show you. And it's just cool to see how it plays out. But like I said, it was just such a great, beautiful, amazing read. It was straight away nitty and gritty, because it's the world of Batman, but somebody said, oh, we're going to do a little twist in it. Straight away from panel 1, page 1, you're already invested and sucked in. It's got great artwork, it's got great action sequences, it's got the foundations of a phenomenal story to come. It's got great characters turned on their head, and for us to invest. Okay, so how does this Bruce play out? How does this Bat play out? How does this Alfred play out in the end? And by the time we get to part 5 and stuff, it's a phenomenal read, a massive quadrillion, billion, willion, tillion out of 10. So frigging good. Like I said, part 2 might be out, and I always think I'm shit at reviewing comics. I don't know why, but I just always think I'm horrendous at it. If part 2's out and enough people like this particular, my attempt of a comic book review, let me know in the comments below, because we will definitely review part 2 and stuff. And as well, just a quick update on our Venom War stuff. I think we're 8 to 10 issues away from being done, then it's all wrapped up. I can smash through that, and we can maybe do a full Venom War review at some point and shit like that. But anyway, visuals, that was my spoiler-free review for Absolute Batman, if I even reviewed it at all there. Go check it out ASAP. It is friggin' phenomenal, but more importantly, visuals, thank you so much for watching. You guys are literally the fucking best. Bros, keep being you, and keep on web slinging out.